Returning back, welcome back. Video number 3 about forgiving and moving forward for your wellness, for your well-being, for your healing and recovery, for positivity, attracting, and in good vibes and healing, recovery, salvation. Okay, and the last number 2 video was at the point there about de-stressing, and that's important. So all these things we can do to de-stress: walking, yoga, proper nutrition, maintaining it, managing it. Okay, you want it to be good and healthy and much as possible organic. Active recovery is the key. Physical therapy, specialized care. You could do all these things yourself. I don't have nothing against if you need. There's, by all means, reach out to facilities, organizations that are out there to help. They're there for that reason, by all means, okay? Because back in my day, I did the same thing. The Y, the JC's Club, the Salvation Army location, the thrift stores, housing, through the organization, through the Y was called Safe Home. And at that time, so glad they were there and for everything that they did and they done for me personally. Very thankful, very grateful for, okay? For healing is making sure you get restorative sleep. Your proper sleep is important. Food, water, body, temperature of your mind, body, and soul. Hello. Mindset pacing. Start small. Listen to your body. Consistent routines. That's what another thing that I learned visually by my superiors, by my peers, was consistent routine. And that's what we are to be. Our life was an example for others. Little did probably my aunts and my uncles and my cousins and my grandma, little did they know that here in this day and time, I would recall a certain place and time back in my mind and what they showed me spiritually, symbolically, for my own life's journey. Hence, they were a walking, talking, living prayer, you see. Little did they know these things. This is how we are to reflect back. This is what we are to reflect for our education, body, mind, soul, physically and spiritually speaking. Another thing I just want to mention, that God told me, spiritual law is written. Okay? Meaning it's written in the air, in the heavens, on and in this earth. Like it's in the veil. That some of us are aware of and some of us are not. Some of us can even see the veil through spiritual awakening, and spiritual eyes can see the veil. You see what I mean? And then some cannot. But the written word of the holy book of God's instructions, God's spiritual law, it is written, and it is nothing going to amend it. Okay? But God himself. But that spiritual law is in effect. And this is why everything that's been being given to us in teachings, instructions, it's important. It's important because it will affect us one way or another. You see, how else can I say it? This is why it's important, in a sense, to be saved. Because we are then become redeemed. We are then become sheltered under God's wings, if you will. To where our hearts are true and we mean the repentance. It's not just saying it for the heck of it, but you truly, absolutely mean it, and it is truly from your heart. God shelters you from the side effects of sin, or the side effects of saying something negative. It's like he sends your own individual whirlwind around you. Ain't nothing penetrating it. It might get through, but say you're in the eye of that whirlwind, it's not getting to the eye. It's going to be flinged out. Over here, over there, up there. But it's not going to affect you, because God is your protection. He gives that protection. But we got to be sincere. We've got to be meaning it ourselves. And loving God, giving God respect and reverence, if you will, unto the God of the Most High. It doesn't give us freedom to sin and sin and sin and sin and keep doing this, keep doing that. No. Because then God's sheltering wings are no longer covering us, but from us doing wrong, open. You see? To where when that wrong's going to come back in, going to get you, right? Because you're outside of God's will, you're taking Him for granted, and say you come all high and mighty when we should be in humility state, giving God all the glory and giving God all the respect, and He get the credit, etc. Okay, so this is what I have come to grasp and experience myself, and I've come to understand. Moving forward is the steps. Staying busy, focusing on you and yourself, your needs. Don't do that. You deserve cologne. You deserve perfume. You deserve a new pair of sneakers. You deserve socks, a pack of socks. You deserve a t-shirt, and a new t-shirt and a pair of jeans. You deserve it. You are worthy for it. And no one should make you feel guilty for doing so. Now if you're continually spend, and not being mindful of responsibilities, and that's different. But be in frugality mindset. But the responsibilities are first. When I was raising my kids and stuff, the rent came first. It was on the list for payment. The rent came first. That money came first. In the rent envelope it went. Okay? And I would budget it every week. This much goes in the rent envelope. This much goes in the gas envelope. This much goes in the grocery envelope. Whatever my bills were. Utilities, right? Electricity, this goes in there, because I would budget it per weekly, so I knew when the beginning of the month came, this is what I need to have in those envelopes to pay those bills at the beginning of the month, every month, and to live monthly. It took a while to get to that point, I do admit, but I did it, and I was so happy that I wasn't living paycheck to paycheck. But I worked. I kept working. I kept the income coming in. And I stayed busy. And from my own home, cleaning, laundry, making it comfortable, beautiful, an inspiring place to be, And it was to be responsive, and what you're putting in it is going to give that back to you, because it's a cycle. You see? The circle of life. I'm talking about negative and positives. Circle. What's the percentage of the positives? 10%? 90% negative? what you gonna get? 90% positive, 10% negative, what you gonna get? You understand? That's how I came to see. And in my life, excuse me. Okay? Alrighty. So stay positive, stay focused, take time for yourself if you need to. It's okay to do that. And to get yourself in the right mindset. Block out distractions.